Why? Why did you get me out of bed so early? You'll say why?
To walk and run.
To walk and run. So Abel loves running. I kind of love sleeping in. But it's mommy Abel time, so. You know, you see a 9-year-old kiddo carefree running along the beach. And I see that too, but I also see a kid who's grown up a lot, and is handling it with such strength that it blows me away. And you see probably a mom with crazy morning ocean hair, and I'm trying really hard to see a mommy who's doing the very best she can for her son. She gets up every morning at 2 a.m. to give a Levemir shot because that's what his body needs to keep a nice even line. Took a deep breath at her husband's encouragement and got out and went for a run in the morning with a packed little insulated cooler of insulin and little gummies in case he goes low, and also emergency glucagon in case something goes really wrong for some reason. All of that's always in the back of my mind, and it can make little excursions and being spontaneous really unattractive and seem like it is just like not for now, like we just can't handle it right now. But when I make the little extra effort, those moments like this are even more beautiful. Even though it's uncomfortable sharing these special moments, it's important to our story, and I think it's important to capture for Abel just how strong he is and what a great kid he is.
What are you thinking?
Good afternoon and welcome to Rogue Diabetes. What are we going to talk about today, Trish?
Track, type 1 diabetes,
what are we
and
doing?
Sports.
We know sports are important, and we love having an active lifestyle, and we want to pass it on to our children. But what are we doing?
Yeah, so we did a ton of reading going into sports. So track is the first sport that Abel has picked up since diagnosis. And he's done sports before. Yeah, he loves it. We're certainly not going to tell him no. We feel that that's on us for us to figure out how to manage it.
She tells me no.
And but that we want to support Abel for sure. So he loves running. So we signed up for track, and we anticipated through the reading that we've done that with anaerobic activity he will go up, and with sustained aerobic activity his blood sugars will probably just start trending down. So track practice is an hour long, lots of drills and sprints. He competes in the 50, 100, 200, 400, javelin, and broad jump. And so basically all of that's pretty anaerobic, but we were not anticipating how high he would go and how quickly he would go and then how long he would stay up there.
And yeah, and it sounds like the simple answer at first to us, well, we'll just pre-dose, but what happens if there's a delay? What happens? There are so many things that could take you off into a much worse situation. So
let's give like a timeline of so right away after his first warm up he'll start going up, and our game plan is always put him into practice at a level in the 70s or 80s milligrams per deciliter. Great, right in normal range, that's perfect. And within, he'll be up above 120, 130 after the first round of drills, and he'll just continue to climb. Now his body, everybody's bodies are different in how they respond. Right now, Abel's body will naturally come down back into normal range. He goes up to, and we hesitate to give out specific numbers, we really do, it's not to compare. Like, this is just Abel's body. So he'll go up above 160, 170 for practice, which is very uncomfortable for us. But within about 90 to 120 minutes after practice is over, his body will bring himself back down into normal range. We don't know, or Endo doesn't know how long his body will do that. But there's so many tricky things with that. So yeah, we could bolus for his activity, but we don't know if his body will regulate the backside of that, or if adding insulin will make him drop even lower. We haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, so that has been interesting.
By interesting, he means stressful.
It has been
for us.
It has been
stressful
interesting
for us.
and it's been stressful. And Abel understands too,
yeah.
and we've ensured that he continues to be part of the management plan. He gets a say. He gets actually the biggest say. I would say that one thing we're learning to be uncomfortable with, but know that we have to do, is anticipate the eventual return to normal. And if we've had to help with a bolus dose of insulin to help him not go that high, to actually provide a good nutrient dense, high protein, even fatty type snack,
like cheese,
to help soften the return to normal, to help catch through that mushing at the bottom, has been just as stressful in some ways as...
Because it is very counterintuitive to give him uncovered food when he's high.
Very counterintuitive.
It doesn't make sense.
I can't imagine that these lessons are going to go away anytime soon. We have lots of opportunities to get it right.
First
and learn from ways we don't maybe get it right.
Series of like 50 episodes on sports.
Yeah.
In Abel's body. Our comfort with that is doing a lot of reading, keeping Abel within normal range all the time that we can, so that we can react appropriately without it getting out of control, either low or high.
So 2 things I would offer then before we close out. First, so fortunate, and Trish has been doing so amazing at researching this, and I feel like we have been successful because we have the basal dialed in. We make small adjustments, but we know that the basal is good, and if you know the basal is good, then you at least can take a breath and know that
then you have a baseline
you have
of
a
normal.
baseline of normal that should eventually work out if you do the right corrections. Secondly, I would just offer encouragement that don't let the diabetes ruin your ability to just enjoy the moment and have joy watching your child run. It is hard, but we have to focus on that and have to celebrate the small victories, that he still gets to go out there and do those things, and if your child's there, they still get to go out and do those things that make them happy, and they get a choice. They get to choose an active lifestyle. They get to choose to have a normal blood sugar. So yeah, it is stressful. It's always in the back of your mind and it never goes away, but we have to learn to rejoice and celebrate those little things. So I offer encouragement, because we don't always get that right. In fact, I'd say after last track meet, there was definitely a few tense moments in the van while we were working on what the plan was going to be for correction. And we were working ourselves through how we were going to give a snack, even though it was absurd.
And that was just Sean and me. Abel was in the back seat,
just
giddy
glowing.
as heck. Yeah, he couldn't have been more proud of how he did, and he couldn't have had more fun with his friends. But yeah, it's
still enjoy it.
Hard.
So enjoy it. So
it's hard, but worth it in the long term, and we know that, and I think that's why we keep trying something new. We keep researching, we keep watching Abel, we'll keep signing him up for sports.
Help. So that's just a little glimpse about what we have going on currently in our home. We hope that it helps. God bless you all. Have a great day. And that is the welcoming music. So good afternoon and welcome to Rogue Diabetes, where our kids are awesome. My wife is too. Oh, excuse me, allergies. This is a great opener.